Super spring for Denzel Boston. Pretty solid first 4 days of camp. Concepcion, a couple of nice highlight plays. His speed is obvious. He's not big. He's got to work on the catching issues, but like the dude can go. And it's just an instant upgrade. And so what I would say, Megs, 1 week into camp, is that Gage Larvin and Malachi Corley and Cedric Tillman, who logged a lot of snaps for this team last year, are playing with the threes because Boston and Concepcion aren't finished, but they're going to be in the mix and they're going to be with the ones sooner.
Yeah, the Denzel Boston stuff is really fun to watch because I think he's like an NFL ready player right now. He's got the body type. He's shown to have some decent speed, and when he doesn't create separation, now that's one thing about him. It's like you wish he could create separation, but he does kind of fall into that like T. Higgins, AJ Brownish type where, hey, if he's not going to create separation, you better make contested catches, and he makes contested catches, so it's like, all right, we'll take it. KC, on the other hand, he creates separation, right? There's a couple clips early on in camp where, double moving and he's got 10, 15, 20 yards on guys. And you're like, all right, you can catch those. I don't care what it's like. Those are easy layup catches. So it's been really fun. And Zach, the cool thing about those two is they complement each other perfectly, right?
Yes.
What KC does well is something that Denzel doesn't do well. What Denzel does well, KC doesn't quite do well. So it's like they're a perfect marriage and complement to each other for next year and hopefully the next 4 or 5 years going forward.
I agree. Denzel's a true outside receiver, right? That doesn't mean you can't move him around, but that's your guy on the outside, and that's your quarterback, whoever it is, trusts that he's going to get in the right spot, right? And Concepcion's who you move around. So eventually, what do you do with Bond? Where's Fanning going to be? But like, you've got two guys who fit and have very different skill sets.
And it's fun to see, like, that was the plan. And early on, right, we're 4 days in. So, like, let's not get carried away. And I'm telling myself that. I know you're not I'm telling myself, don't get carried away. But early on, it's like, hey, this was the plan. And they got the two guys that fit it. So now your offense looks pretty potent. If those two continue to go on that path, right, it's Harold, it's Quinshon in the backfield, Dylan Sampson, it's KC and Bond and Denzel and even Jerry's had a couple plays, making a couple nice catches. And then Harold Fannin as well. Like that is a great nucleus of youngsters that can be very good for some time.
It's always dangerous doing the revisionist history game because so much would have been different. But the Browns thought Mekhi Lemon was going to go, right? They thought he was going to go at 18 or 20 or 21. So they were locked in on Concepcion. And I'm telling you, if somebody else would have taken Concepcion, they would have taken Boston at 24 in the first round. I felt good about it. I have that on really good authority.
Do you think that they felt Boston was going to be there with their pick in the second? I forget the number of their pick in the second round. Or was that like a, whoa, he's there, let's go just get him off the board?
Yeah, I think they felt good about it. I don't think they felt super comfortable with it, but I think they felt good about it. And then obviously they said we just added a third first round player.
Yeah, looking back on the draft, I know this is the drum's been beating on this one, but the way that whole thing fell was amazing. And getting those two guys, because I do believe that, that Denzel Boston is obviously a first round talent, but there's a real world where he comes out and he's like the number one target on this team next year, like, because he's got it all. And those two, the best thing about those two, Zach, that I love, and it goes back to their time in college and every time they've spoken and whatever, they have like unbelievable belief in what they can do. Not a cocky belief, but their confidence is through the roof, and it should be because they make big plays, they make tough catches, and they do it in big spots. Yeah, those two have been fun to watch early, and they're going to continue to be a lot of fun to watch.